Imagine being born as the prince of a great kingdom, but your destiny isn't to be a king, it's to become a god. To achieve that, you must endure immense pain and face countless challenges. You have to watch your girlfriend get her eyes pulled out with hot iron, say goodbye to your wife before your child is even born, and sacrifice everything for one powerful purpose: to overcome human desire and find true inner freedom. Yes, this is the story of Gautama Buddha, the god worshipped by Buddhist people. 2,500 years ago, along the Indus River, many small kingdoms were always fighting to survive. One of these kingdoms was Shakya. It was often in danger from a bigger, stronger kingdom called Kosala. Wars ruined land, hurt people, and made everyone suffer. People wished for a hero who could stop all the pain. High in the mountains, a wise monk felt that a powerful person would appear soon. He sent his student Narada to find a man who could become the Chakra Ardhan king, a leader for the whole world. In Shakya, King Sodana was out hunting when something amazing happened. All the forest animals gathered silently around him. Excited, he ran home to tell his wife, Queen Maya. She shared a strange dream. A huge six-tusked elephant entered her body. The king believed it was a blessing. He thought their child would be born with the power to end suffering. With Kosala's army away for a while, Queen Maya was safely taken home to have the baby. Meanwhile, a young slave boy named Chopra struggled to survive. While carrying valuable goods, he was robbed by a clever little thief named Tata. When Chopra's master found out, he threatened to sell Chopra's mother into slavery if the stolen items weren't returned in 3 days. Chopra tried to steal the items back, but got caught and badly beaten. Feeling hopeless, Chopra promised himself he would fight against slave traders. Tata and his sister found Chopra. Though they were poor thieves themselves, Tata felt sorry for him and offered to help. That same day, slave traders captured women, including Chopra's mother. Suddenly, a tiger jumped from the jungle and killed the men. The tiger attacked Chopra's mother, but Chopra ran to save her. The tiger ran away, revealing Tata's secret. He could control animals. A passing monk, Narada, saw this and wondered if Tata could be the prophesied child. But peace did not last. Kosala's army, led by the cruel general Budai, attacked Shakya's capital. Tata ran home, only to find his mother and sister dead. Full of grief, he promised revenge, and Chopra promised to help. That night, they spied on the Kosala army camp. Tata took control of a horse, causing confusion, while Chopra rode it to shoot an arrow at General Budai. The arrow missed, and a swarm of locusts attacked the army. The general ran toward a river full of crocodiles. Chopra could have killed him, but didn't. The scared general begged for his life and offered his wealth. Chopra said, "We can use him to rise in Kosala. It's our only way out of slavery." Tata disagreed, but finally agreed. The next day, General Budai disappeared, and King Sodana felt safe again. Chopra and Tata went to the Kosala camp. Chopra thanked Tata and told him to go home, promising he would save his mother one day. As Tata left, Chopra pretended to collapse at the Kosala camp, showing General Budai's unconscious body as if he had defeated him alone. When Budai woke up, he was grateful. Chopra humbly accepted praise and earned the general's trust. Budai offered to adopt Chopra and give him a place in his service. Chopra accepted, seeing this as his way to gain power. Meanwhile, in Shakya, Queen Maya was taken to the Rohini River. At sunrise, she gave birth. She felt like the whole world was blessing her child, but her health got worse, and she was rushed back to the palace. Before dying, she asked King Sodana to name her son Siddhartha, meaning the one who has accomplished his goals. She passed away, leaving the baby to his father. A wise monk soon came and was amazed by the newborn. The baby pointed one finger to the sky and one to the ground. The monk said Siddhartha would become the Chakra king, a leader of the world. 10 years passed. Prince Siddhartha grew bored of palace life. He didn't understand why some people, like slaves, were treated as the lowest, while monks were highly respected, even above warriors like his father. One day, the king introduced Siddhartha to a new general, Bandaka, who was an expert archer. King Sodana wanted Siddhartha to be ready for the future. Shakya had grown stronger since Kosala's last attack, defeating other kingdoms. In Kosala, Chopra had also grown powerful. Now, the adopted son of General Budai, he rode proudly through the city, enjoying the rewards of his choices. Back in Shakya, Siddhartha struggled with his lessons. He was curious about life and death, which often annoyed his teachers. One day, he skipped lessons with friends to explore outside the palace. When a friend aimed an arrow at a rabbit, Siddhartha stopped him. He didn't want any living creature harmed. Alone, Siddhartha met a dark-skinned monk playing a haunting tune, but tragedy struck soon after. His friend Jaka drowned in sinking mud. Saddened and sick, Siddhartha fell into deep sorrow. Seeing this, King Sodana blamed Queen Maya's gentle influence and sent Siddhartha to train hard under General Bandaka. During training, Bandaka killed a butterfly with an arrow, warning Siddhartha he would be strict. 5 years passed. Siddhartha grew strong, but he resisted harsh lessons. On a hunt, he pleaded with Bandaka to stop killing animals. When Bandaka aimed at a deer, Siddhartha shot his own arrow to save it. Meanwhile, in Kosala, Chopra became a famous warrior. He won arena battles and impressed Lady Malakika, the vizier's daughter. General Budai told Chopra that one more victory would make him hero of the people. The next day, Chopra faced his toughest opponent, Lord Bindika, a noble's eldest son. Chopra was thrown from his horse but refused to give up. He dodged attacks, grabbed Bindika from his horse, and used rocks and his sword's hilt to win. Afterward, he was cared for by Lady Malakika. The vizier and Budai agreed to their marriage, but the vizier wondered about Chopra's true family. Budai feared that Chopra's past as a slave might be exposed. That night, Budai warned Chopra to keep his past a secret, or it could ruin them both. Back in Shakya, 15-year-old Siddhartha had grown strong but restless. He often sneaked out of the palace to explore. One day, he saw a grieving couple and sick beggars. Feeling pity, he gave away his royal clothes, but thieves quickly stole them, treating the poor as unworthy. A mysterious woman named Migela stopped the thieves and warned Siddhartha that he couldn't save everyone. They had already been abandoned by society. Curious, Siddhartha asked her to show him more of the world. She showed him poverty, starvation, and the harsh punishment of a slave who stole fruit. She told him, "We all die one day, no matter our caste." Siddhartha grew close to Migela, but General Bandaka secretly watched, planning something. When King Sodana learned Siddhartha was spending time with a commoner, he scolded him and forbade him from leaving the palace. Angry, Siddhartha protested. That evening, Bandaka arrested Migela and prepared her for execution. Desperate, Siddhartha confronted his father with a sword, demanding her release. Seeing his son's anger, King Sodana agreed to save Migela, but only if Siddhartha married Princess Yasodhara from a neighboring kingdom. Siddhartha reluctantly agreed, but Bandaka cruelly blinded Migela with a hot blade, so she could never see Siddhartha again. Tearfully, she told him to become a great king, leaving Siddhartha weeping as he was married to Yasodhara. In Kosala, Tata arrived with Chopra's mother, guided by the monk Narada. Chopra was celebrated as General Budai's heir. His mother, heartbroken, refused to visit him. She knew she didn't belong in his new life. Chopra tricked Kosala's leaders into attacking Shakya again. King Sodana urged Siddhartha to prepare for war, but the young prince refused. Hating bloodshed, the armies met at the border. Chopra led a brutal attack, and Bandaka joined, mocking Siddhartha and using poisoned arrows. Siddhartha rode into battle, shouting for peace, but no one listened. Chopra charged at Siddhartha but was struck by the prince's gaze, a mix of pity and power. Bandaka's poison hit Chopra, and he collapsed, sensing something divine. Chopra was rushed back to Kosala, where a priest said the poison could kill him. Tata, controlling a squirrel, rushed to find Chopra's mother. Narada told him to seek Master Asiya in the Himalayas for an antidote. Tata delivered the message. Master Asiya, angry at the misuse of animals, sent the cure telepathically. Chopra's mother gave him the remedy, and he woke up, saved. Meanwhile, Siddhartha confessed to his wife his despair. He realized his royal life had blinded him to the suffering around him. Determined, he promised to find a way to help the world. Budai, still holding Chopra's mother captive, told Chopra to keep lying about his past. Later, Chopra overheard orders to execute her. He rushed to save her, killing the guards. Mother and son shared a brief, happy embrace, but one guard escaped, exposing their secret. In court, Budai lied about knowing Chopra's past. Chopra's mother denied being his parent to protect him, but Chopra finally confessed, proudly claiming his Sudra, slave heritage. The judge put Budai under house arrest and exiled Chopra, but sentenced his mother to death. Chopra begged to take her place or live as a peasant with her, but the court refused. A crowd gathered to watch. Tata followed them to the cliff. The captain insulted them, calling Sudras worthless, and ordered them thrown off. Tata shouted to distract the soldiers, urging them to run, but a soldier threw a spear, fatally wounding mother and son. They shared one last loving glance before falling. Narada, now cursed and animal-like, mourned their deaths. Tata fled, crying, losing his last friend. Back in Shakya, Siddhartha's wife gave birth to a son, bringing joy to the palace. Yet Siddhartha felt restless. Despite learning and training every day, he could not solve the problem of human suffering. He felt torn between royal life and helping others. One day, while meditating under a great tree, Siddhartha made a decision. He must give up everything to find the truth. That night, he quietly entered his father's chamber, apologizing for what he was about to do. He rode into the forest, followed by a loyal servant who begged him to return. Siddhartha calmed him, removed his royal clothes and jewels, and told the servant to return them to the queen. In a powerful act of renunciation, Siddhartha shaved his head and became a simple ascetic. He gave his hair to the servant with a message for his wife. He would return only after finding the truth. The queen and princess wept over his abandoned belongings. Before they could recover, a messenger arrived. Kosala was attacking. King Sodana called General Bandaka to defend the kingdom, but Bandaka betrayed him. He demanded to be named king. Sodana refused, but Bandaka threatened him with a sword, forcing him to surrender. Bandaka was crowned, and the war began. On the battlefield, Bandaka fought recklessly, killing soldiers and war elephants while mocking his enemies. In his arrogance, a spear struck him through the mouth, killing him instantly. The battle ended. Siddhartha, now a wandering ascetic, walked through the battlefield, grieving the lost lives. He gently closed Bandaka's eyes and prayed for the souls of the fallen. Leaving the palace, throne, and power behind, Siddhartha began the path of true renunciation. Narada remained trapped as a beast in the forest. Migela continued her blind journey, and Tata was left alone. Siddhartha continues his journey to discover the true path, while his mother watches over him from the heaven. Many years later, on a dark night, a band of robbers ambushes a wealthy merchant. The frightened men flee, leaving their goods behind. The gang's leader, now fully grown, is Tata. He laughs at the cowardice of the men. Among the robbers is Migela, who suggests taking the loot back to the village where they are staying, preparing for Kosala's next attack on Shakya. Remembering what Kosala did to his best friend, Tata vows revenge. As Tata surveys the area, he notices someone sitting on a rock, a monk. Curious, he asks if the monk knows of Siddhartha, the prince of Shakya, who abandoned his royal life to become a monk. Tata mocks Siddhartha for leaving luxury, but the monk calmly explains that ascetic monks do not harm themselves without reason. They practice suffering to gain merit for their next life. Tata laughs, and Migela, joking about her own life of suffering, challenges the monk to prove his point. To everyone's shock, the monk kneels and drives a burning torch into his eye socket to show his commitment. The next day, a hunter sees Siddhartha with hair too long for a monk and offers him a razor and a new robe, inviting him home. While there, another monk with a burned eye arrives asking for water. Siddhartha introduces himself, and the monk introduces himself as Dea. When the hunter returns, asking if Siddhartha will take his eldest son, Asaji, as a disciple, Siddhartha refuses. Dea suspects the family wants fewer mouths to feed. As they leave, Dea explains he burned his eye to show his seriousness, and shares that his master, Naridata, gave up everything to live a pure life without desire. He believes that enduring suffering now will bring a better next life. They decide to journey to the ascetic forest. On the way, they are followed by a small boy, Asaji, through pouring rain. At one point, Asaji cuts himself on a poisonous plant and nearly drowns, but Siddhartha rescues him. Despite Dea's warning that the boy may not survive, Siddhartha carries him all the way to the desert. There, they encounter Kosala soldiers out hunting with a young prince. After killing a deer, the soldiers pass by the monks. The young prince feels a strange pull from Siddhartha's gaze, but dismisses it, thinking they are ordinary monks. Dea then explains that the boy is actually Virhaka, Kosala's prince, born to the Kosalan king and a Shakya slave, disguised as noble by Shakya's king. The monks travel for days through harsh deserts and dense mountain forests. One night, Tata and his men spot them from a distance. He stops to check on Dea, but remains silent. Siddhartha explains that the boy traveling with them is in poor condition and needs care. Tata leads them to his camp and brews herbal medicine for Asaji, using the few herbs he has on hand. He admits that if he still had his old powers, he could have gathered more by possessing animals. Siddhartha is surprised to learn Tata can control animals. Dea recalls his master Naridata speaking of a special boy with the same name who could possess animals but never aged. Tata explains that after losing his powers, he suddenly grew up, becoming the man they see today. Seeing Asaji's legs swollen and poisoned, Siddhartha asks Tata to heat a knife. He cuts open the wound and sucks out the poison to save the boy. Afterward, Tata uses the hot blade to seal the wound but screams in agony and suddenly collapses. His heart stops and his spirit drifts into a strange realm where Siddhartha's late mother appears. She gently tells Tata that his time has not yet come. He must follow Siddhartha on his journey until his destined day arrives. Back in the tent, Siddhartha performs chest compressions until Tata's heart starts beating again. Just then, Migela walks in carrying firewood. She freezes when she sees Siddhartha and drops the wood in shock. Her voice trembles as she asks why he's there. Siddhartha quietly apologizes for not becoming the great king she once hoped for. Overcome with emotion, she runs out of the tent. Tata and Deva are stunned to learn that Siddhartha is the missing prince of Shakya. Tata tells him that Kosala soldiers killed his mother and sister, and ever since then, he's lived only for revenge. But because he has no power or title, he needs a king's help to start a war. After letting out his anger, Tata begs Siddhartha to take back his throne and lead him into war, but Siddhartha refuses. He says he must continue his journey as a monk for 10 more years. The next morning, Asaji wakes up screaming from a nightmare, saying a giant tornado is coming. Nobody believes him, but he runs through the village, shouting for everyone to run away. Moments later, a real tornado hits and destroys everything. Asaji saves a small boy and hides with him just in time. When the storm ends, everyone realizes Asaji's warning was true. He really saw the future. Sometime later, in the kingdom of Magadha, King Bimbisara hears about Asaji and invites him to his court. Curious, the king asks the boy what he sees in his future. Calmly, Asaji says, "Death." Everyone in the court gets angry, but the king stops them and asks, "Who will kill me?" Asaji says that 30 years from now, the king's own son will kill him, and that the prince will be punished by the gods after that. The king laughs and decides to test the boy. He says he once heard a prophecy that he would die when he counts to 3. Asagi smiles and calls for a guard to stand near him. When the king counts to 3, a snake suddenly falls from above, but the guard kills it right away. Everyone gasps in shock, and the king realizes Asagi truly can see fate. Asagi then smiles and calmly says that he himself will die in 4 years, 4 months, and 4 days. Impressed, the king offers to make Asagi his royal advisor, but Asagi politely says no, explaining that his only purpose is to follow Siddhartha until his final day. Surprised, the king asks where Siddhartha is now. Asagi replies that he's traveling through the Pandava mountains toward the ascetic forest. That night, the king climbs the mountain with his guards and finds Deva meditating upside down. When the king asks if he's Siddhartha, Deva points to another monk sitting quietly nearby. The king kneels before Siddhartha and offers him half his kingdom if he will become his royal advisor. But Siddhartha gently refuses, saying that greed only causes more suffering. He explains that he left his palace to understand life beyond desire and fear. The king admits that he is afraid of death, especially now that he knows his son will kill him one day. He begs Siddhartha to help him avoid his fate, but Siddhartha says he still hasn't found a way to overcome the fear of death, though one day he will. The king accepts his answer and wishes him peace on his journey. Days later, Siddhartha, Deva, and Asagi travel through deep forests, helping people and meditating wherever they go. After a long journey, they finally reach the forest of ascetic monks. Deva becomes excited to meet the others, but Asagi freezes in fear when a strange man rises from a pond and stares at him. Deva explains that in this place, monks train through extreme suffering. Some bury themselves alive, some hang from trees, and some live alone for years. Siddhartha begins his own tough training too. He meditates among sharp thorns, sits through heavy storms, and stays still even when wolves surround him. Months pass. One day, Siddhartha notices Asagi carving marks into a tree. When he asks why, Asagi smiles and says each mark stands for 1 day of his life, and that by the 5th tree, he will die. Siddhartha calls that foolish and asks if he isn't afraid of dying. Asagi says he is, but he can't change what's meant to happen. Siddhartha is amazed at how calm the boy is and asks how he lives without fear. Asagi quietly says that having a purpose keeps him strong, just like Siddhartha's purpose is to rise above human suffering and bring peace to everyone. When Siddhartha asks how he plans to save the world, Asagi just smiles softly and doesn't answer.